Leadership Power effectively handles your organizational challenges. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Leadership Power Paradigms. This is Bill Thomas, your host and presenter for today's episode. I hope all is well with you, and I'm just going to get my little bits and pieces going here, if that's all right with you guys, and also send you the welcome message. All right. And while you're looking through that and getting yourself settled, uh, I'm going to run up and okay, there we go. We're broadcasting. We got things going. Uh, well, let's see. Um, and if you give me one more second to get back to my control panel. Okay, there we are. that's, that's always very helpful, isn't it? All right, and we're going to begin in just a quick second from now, so bear with us. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Leadership Power Paradigms. This is Bill Thomas, your host and presenter for today's episode. In our 14 or so minutes of time together, you will learn how to use some effective strategies, processes, techniques, and tools that will help you master many types of organizational challenges. Leaders like you encounter each and every day, so let's begin. In these verses, spoken by the preacher or person who speaks to the assembly of God's people, we discover some truths that Solomon learned in his experiences, mistakes, and realities as king and ruler of his people. Notice that Solomon sees how the various occurrences of happenstance and calamity can still provide wise and knowledgeable leaders with opportunities or options to attain better and more promising outcomes, especially when we use our time and chances to apply ourselves and understand our learning of the numerous lessons that life offers to us all. Professional leaders need to assess, evaluate, and determine the impacts of their performances. And since you are operating your own business of leadership, you will want to know the quantity and the quality of the products or outcomes your efforts are generating. In a word, what types of results are your leadership activities producing? Are your experiments, tests, plans, or strategies coming out the way you intended them to? Or are the things that are happening out of your control or anticipation? Let's face the fact that some of your intentions work out as you expected them to, and some of those plans do not end up the way you hoped they would. Or, as Professors Waters and Mitzberg say in their 1985 paper entitled On Strategies, which features their examinations of deliberate versus emergent strategies, that deliberate and emergent strategies may be thought of as two ends of a continuum along which real-world strategies lie. They elaborate their description of this conceptual continuum by discussing various properties and forms of organizational strategy, which they label as planned, entrepreneurial, unconnected, process, ideological, umbrella, consensus, and imposed. In short, their research enabled them to define strategy as a pattern in a stream of decisions. Effective leadership means being aware of these two forms of, or realms of human reality. By placing the emphasis, attention, and knowledge of your actions on both forms of reality, you are much more likely to capably channel, amplify, magnify, or enhance the powers of your socially based energy fields, flows, or forces, and enrich elevate, or energize the investments, impacts, and inputs of your human capital assets, which are within your organizational orbit and your circle of influence. You will need to position your leadership actions in such a way as to be seen by others as being objective and just, as being concerned and caring about the welfare of others, as being honest and ethical, as trusting and respecting others, as being willing to inspect what you expect, as being a leader who empowers, educates, and encourages each and every one with substantive manner, not just by shouting over the rooftops and assuming you have helped anybody. In fact, this principle of universal integrity is actually a moral argument. It speaks to the logic of the Golden Rule, which tells us to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Look at the awesome burdens, problems, and difficulties imposed on leaders by their daily challenges. Then consider how leaders are being challenged to explain or justify their actions and decisions each and every day. Just think about the sad answers to this question that you were likely to hear from many leaders. How often do they operate without any clear or cogent structure to the deployment of their actions, exchanges of information, or their ethical or emotional positions? Physical scientists call the phenomena of syntropy the importation of information in an orderly fashion. Wise leaders realize that their keys to success depend upon being thoughtful. They rely on sharpening their cognitive abilities and syntropic systems to help them order their imported information. Most people know something about synergy. Effective leaders use collaboration, coaching, education, and consultation to improve and empower the performances of people. Excuse me. Every communicative, cognitive, and collaborative act must be as significant as possible. The mark of professionally competent leaders is revealed in this single important fact. Their actions tend to be highly significant, creative, and entrepreneurial. You probably understand that chaos means utter confusion or disorderly things or a total lack of organization in a particular state of affairs. That's why leaders who wish to be effective must make every effort to order their action goals or policy purposes. Leaders have to organize their priorities, processes, and people, and leaders can optimize every aspect of their operations, opportunities, and options to reduce or eliminate the destructive effects of chaotic situations. Developing a leadership philosophy means creating frameworks for your functioning as a communicator, thinker, collaborator, and creator. So, your philosophical approach should help people and yourself be accountable for your actions and commit to the aims of the enterprise. It should encourage ethical, moral, and honest behaviors while it respects each other's authority and positions. It should empower everyone to ask for and accept the support and guidance of others. And finally, being authentic and true to your philosophy will help you to remain true to and act congruently with the principles, tenets, elements, and precepts of your philosophy. Your reasons for, rationale for, justifications for being a leader, acting and speaking the way you do, thinking about and deciding on things or making the plans and pursuing the goals you have are all revealed and become functions of the incremental experiences, successes, and defeats you encounter as a person, family member, friend, professional, and leader. That's why most coaches encourage leaders to record and then read through their experiences, challenges, and other thoughts in a personal journal. That simple act of reviewing your past via daily self reflection will improve your rationale and reasons for being or acting. To create the future, you have to embrace an enthusiastic, passionate, and substantial foundation of beliefs and dreams in your spirit, soul, and body. The substance of your faith in that future vision must contain your spoken, written, and acted upon expressions of your envisioned reality. Once you begin to talk about, write down, and act out your visionary statements, you will see yourself becoming bolder, more courageous, and confident in the realization of those future expectations, expansions, and experiences. Instead of using your skills, expertise, and knowledge along with your emotional attitudes and your mental mindset to deceive or manipulate people, you should use those skills and knowledge to do things for others, to break down barriers, to perceive or sense the hidden mysteries, and be wise enough to see the truth, to move or change the frames that bind us all and inspire or edify other players. If you make the commitment and decide to employ the full range of those six power apps, you will find it easy and simple to enrich, enhance, and elevate the full potential of your human capital assets. Your people will be transformed and turned into wealth producing powerhouses who are totally engaged in their work, fully empowered to handle any challenge, and confidently encouraged to push through and persevere regardless of any difficulties they might face. Using the applications of your leadership power can help you overcome and deal with the many challenges you encounter. You should take comfort in the fact that every organizational leader faces and handles many similar types of challenges, problems, and experiences as you do. What will give you an advantage is what this episode tried to explain to you. There are only two types of experiences, two forms of reality, a principle of universal integrity, three effective ways to manage every chaotic situation, six leadership power apps, and one process for dealing with your past and another for creating your ideal future. And you have adjustments you can make and the 3S phenomena to help you shape those social energies. So watch the replay recording, take good notes, and ask me questions, and you'll be the master of your challenges in a short amount of time. This ends today's lesson. What you're looking at right now is a catalog of materials, training, and coaching support, which are featured in my Leadership Power Paradigms Producer Tools program. You can see that this program is designed to dramatically improve your leadership performances and use your leadership strengths to comprehensively empower the achievements of your people. Right now, this program is available to you at my lowest possible price, so I urge you to visit the webpage at www.1-iam.com/LPP-tools, or just click on the Enroll and Get Started Now button that you see on the right side of your screen. And when you click on that Enroll and Get Started Now button, it will open up a new browser tab or new browser window for you, so you won't lose your place in this webinar. And if you like what you read on that page later on, just go ahead and get going now. Don't forget that there is my famous no questions asked, no risk to you, money back guarantee for this program, so you really have nothing to lose by enrolling now in this awesome educational experience. And for those of you who are not in our little control room there watching this replay recording, while you can just simply open up a new browser tab or window and type in www.one-im.com/LPP-tools. It's the big URL that you see in the middle of the slide there. And as you're doing that, I'm going to run back over to the control panel and use it to send you the links to the 2 bonus gifts that we have for you. As soon as I figure out where that is, okay, that's over there. Yeah. What's that? What's that doing there? Oh, excuse me. I didn't. Okay, let's see. That's that. Is there? Ah. Okay. Let me use the other control panel. Wow. That worked out really well, didn't it? Here we are. Let's see, and enter that. Okay, there you are. There's your 2 bonus gifts for those of you watching us on the replay recording, and for those of you who are here live. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and the 2 bonus gifts that I have for you today are the 5 Leadership Uplifter Tasks infographic, and that's a PDF document that fits on 1 sheet of paper, and all you need to do is to download it and print it out and put it on your desk or put it on a wall somewhere where you can refer to it as you go through your day as a leader, and just check yourself and make sure that you're performing 1 or more of those tasks when you are acting as a leader, and you will find excuse me, that your leadership actions are far more effective if you're doing 1 of those 5 tasks. The second part of second bonus gift that we have for you is the 8-page Words with Wisdom paper. It also is a PDF document, just like the infographic is a PDF paper document. And so just take your Words with Wisdom paper, download it, and some people like to print it out, and then that way they can write in their notes and some of their insights about the principles and strategies and techniques that are in that paper. It's got a lot of the items that we sort of covered in today's episode of Leadership Power Paradigms, as well as previous episodes of Leadership Power Paradigms. So it's a great little resource for you, and I hope you enjoy reading it. For those of you who are watching us on the webinar replay, you have the opportunity to use our question box there that you see on the right side of the screen. All you need to do is to simply type in your question or your comment about leadership or management, and just click on the email us or email now button that you see on the right side of the screen, and that will automatically send me your question. It will also send me your name, and it will send me your email address, because you needed to use a name and an email address to register for the webinar anyway. So you don't need to type in any of that information. All you need to do is type in your question or comment about leadership or management, and you will get a reply back from me that tends to be pretty as complete as and comprehensive as I possibly can make it in an email. And then if you have any more questions, of course, you'll have my email address too, won't you? So that's that with that. And with all of that said, I just want to make sure that I don't see any comments or questions from the live audience, but the replay recording people, don't hesitate. You're welcome to do that, and you might even want to repeat your viewing of this particular episode because it's pretty comprehensive. There's a lot of material and a lot of information given in this one. So yeah, you might want to go through it again and basically just keep doing that. And some people even ask me sometimes, hey Bill, can you send me the transcript? And that way I can read that as well as look at the slides and everything. And so I'm more than happy to do that. But again, you have to use the question box and click on email us to request that as well. Okay, so with all of that being said, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us for for this episode of Leadership Power Paradigms. This is Bill Thomas. I've been your host and presenter for today's episode. God bless each and every one of you. Godspeed to you all. And I wish you all the very best of success in all of your leadership endeavors. Take care.